In the 20s and subsequent 30s, it was the ambition of every literary-minded young man to be invited to one of Virginia Woolf's Sunday morning soirees. These were invariably held at her home, number 52 Tavistock Square, at which I was a frequent visitor, for I was related to the Woolf family through some Alsatian cousins. The door of number 52 was invariably opened by the maid, George, a friend of Lytton Strachey's. I can see that room now, full of talk and smoke and people, and what extraordinary people there were. Auden was there, Spender, Isherwood, the old faithfuls and the young hopefuls, and always there was someone one never quite expected to see. Oh, I remember seeing A.E. Houseman there once, lured down from Cambridge by Dady Rylands and the prospect of all-in wrestling at Finsbury Park. And there, in the corner, talking to Leonard and Virginia, were the Berlins, Irving and Isaiah. And then there was Virginia herself, elegant and quizzical, the sunlight playing on that long, pale face. She would be speaking of her contemporaries, how she'd spoken last week to Hemingway, how Ernest had said, "When I reach for my gun, I hear the word culture." How easy it was for them, she thought, and how difficult for her. Some of her work, you see, frankly disappointed, vitiated by her intense feminism. Virginia was never a suffragette, but she subscribed to the theory that the pen was mightier than the sword, and I once saw Evelyn Waugh reel under a savage blow from her Parker 51. But of all the honours that fell on Virginia's head, none, I think, pleased her more than the Evening Standard Award for the tallest woman writer of 1926, an award she took by a short neck from Edith Sitwell. And she was, in a very real sense, the tallest woman writer I've ever known, which is not to say that her stories were tall. They were not. They were short. But she did stand head and shoulders above her contemporaries. Dylan Thomas, for example, a man of great literary stature, only came up to her waist. And sometimes not even there. But if I think of Virginia now, it is as she was when I last saw her outside the changing rooms at the London Library. Impulsively, perhaps, I went up to her. It's Mrs. Woolf, isn't it?" "Is it?" she said, and looked at me out of those deep, limpid eyes. "Is it? I often wonder." And she wandered away.